Hi everyone, my name is Ganette LeCue. So this is my first time ever doing a poetry performance. Which is funny because I've been going to poetry shows for several years now, since college, but I've never imagined myself being on this side of the stage. So this is a pretty special experience. So I took the Grow Fierce course this past January, and it was such a phenomenal experience. And it was especially special for me because I turned 25 last June, and I kind of promised myself that I would use this year to be more vulnerable and open and just really explore the things that I had ignored or been afraid to explore the past 25 years. And so this course was, a great way to start a new year and to really dedicate to that mission of vulnerability. So I see tonight as kind of an extension of that, like opening myself up to sharing a piece of myself with people that I know and don't know, but it feels like such a warm and safe space. So I'm grateful for that. So I'll be reading two poems. The first one is called Crowned. We sat flipping through the archives of our old life in Ethiopia, in childhood, when all of us were alive, and sickness hadn't claimed first one, then 2, 3, and finally 4. We stopped at his picture. She cooed and awed and asked if I remember him, the man tasked with protecting our home from outside invasion. She waits for me, excited to exchange memories about him, relive those golden days. Trigger, trigger, trigger. It came with no warning. Yes, I do remember him. But no, my memories aren't warm. I remember a man invading my girlhood. And for many years, I knew not how to make mistakes, how to say no, how to inconvenience people and adorn my crown. Womanhood saved me. I grew up and learned that there were, are, will be many like me. Girls fast-paced into women. Men like you are a worldwide phenomena, seeping your way into homes far and wide, like incense that burns and burns and burns. Memories are a tool, evidence of the things you wanted to take to your grave. Your shush and promises and threats silenced me decades over. Now I'm in the season of excavating, removing the shame, the value judgments, the denial of choice and dignity and sanctity. I've learned labels, found words to name your grip on me. The shame's on you. I'm clear of shame because those acts you had me conceal say a lot more about you than about me. I'm free of shame. I'm free of you. Finally crowned. Thank you. The second piece is titled Premature Women, and it was inspired by my late aunt who passed away last year. And this was death is always difficult, but losing my aunt was especially difficult for me because she was like a second mother. So that was just a really difficult thing to go through. But I think just seeing the way that the circumstances around her death and looking at the way that she lived her life really taught me a lot of things about how I want to continue living my life. Premature women. Premature women leave behind fancy tea sets, still in their box, stashed away for special days. They die with $800 in their bank accounts combined. They look through old photo albums and pick the best ones to be displayed at their funeral. They leave no instructions for the care of their children. They abandon preteen daughters before showing them how to handle their first sight of blood. They leave their husbands without a map of the kitchen. They leave their sisters alone to decipher their own dreams. They become ghosts before they can live. Her most persistent feeling was fatigue. Fatigue that seeped deep into her bones and seized her nerves. A daily, ever-present fatigue. where even a deep sigh could make her head spin, because that was the longest oxygen stayed in her lungs. So how could she tell at the end between fatigue and disease? It had been lodged in her cells all along. So can you blame me for making a point of exhaling?